Hello, I trust you are doing well under the trying circumstances. It gives me great pleasure to impart some insights with respect to stock and supply chain management. My name is Lerone Prior. I'm part of Henley faculty and also co-founder of a company called TP Consulting, and we play in the commercial consulting space. These platforms are important as I believe that SMMEs can truly thrive from shared value initiatives. I would like to start with the end in mind, with the cliche term that cash is king. Capital preservation can unlock a multitude of opportunities with respect to survival and expansion. So let's remember that and loop back in the end. Diving into some detail with respect to stock and supply chain management, so a few considerations that I'd like to unpack. Do you know how long it takes you to actually hold stock from the day that you purchase it till the day that you actually convert it into a sale? Do you sell on credit? And how long does it take you to collect your money? 30 days, 45 days, 60 days? When do you have to pay for the stock? Do you pay immediately? Do you have terms with creditors? And what, again, also, is this 30 days, 45 days, 60 days? What does this look like? So essentially, do you have to pay for stock first, sell it to the customer, and collect your money later? Essentially, these questions are asked to consider how you generate and preserve cash from the day that you purchase stock, convert it into a sale, and when you have to meet your obligation. This concept is known as a cash conversion cycle. Many a time you have a situation where stock is sold, you record the sales, but then it doesn't translate to tangible cash in the bank. And you can just pull the thread with respect to how quickly you can be out of pocket. And you know it better than I do that cash is like oxygen to a small business. In terms of your supply chain network, do you get input from suppliers on time? What are the lead times from the day that you purchase you place your order to the day that you receive the stock? Are you always out of stock and you suffer lost sales as a result? Do they deliver on time as promised? Are inputs at an acceptable quality level that your customer demands? You can run a solid operation, from a day-to-day point of view, but if these stocks, the inputs are not delivered on time or the acceptable quality level that your customers demand, they will vote with their wallets and you'll see a sharp decline in sales. Do you have a cash flow budget in place? 3 to 6 months, pure tangible cash flows that forecasts the input, the inflows, the outflows. How long will this cash last me? Will I run out of money? Or is the trigger when the bank account is zero or when I dip into my overdraft? The aforementioned are not ground-breaking considerations, but as all the moving parts as a small business owner, when do you actually sit down and track these elements, given all the moving parts in your world with respect to managing your business? You may be aware of these considerations, but do we actively review our outlook in line with all the external factors? For example, the extended lockdown that we had to endure, the recent spate of unrest. So do you have a lens or some sort of semblance or view that tells you that this is my 3 to 6 months outlook, and this is my cash position, I can survive for so long, or wow, I'm really in trouble, from day one, essentially. So the objective of the above considerations was just to spark some thought with respect to how my operations are set up, when do we realize cash in the bank, and how do we ultimately preserve that cash? I have 4 tangible examples that we can consider for the year and now, essentially 4 takeaways. Number 1, assess your creditors and debtor terms. Just to understand, for example, do I pay for the stock first before I even collect money from my debtors? It's an important consideration. Number 2, my stock mix and my stock turn. Do I have a larger mix towards fast-moving items? It'll be surprising to unpack that factually versus your perceived understanding of, what moves fast and what does not. Yet, you overlay it with the factual items and the factual stock turn numbers. Number 3, are my suppliers performing to agreed standards? Do I need to expand on my supply basket? Number 4, the 3 to 6 month cash flow. Is this in place? When last was it updated? When will I run out of cash, and how can I react to it? We started with the concept of how cash is king, and we actually have cash sitting right there in our stock levels, in how our suppliers are performing, and the forecasting with respect to 3 to 6 months. How long will I actually survive with the cash that I have? I trust that these concepts will resonate, and we take a different lens on the importance of stock and supply chain management. All the best with stabilizing your trading foundation.